recording and transcripting and all of that stuff.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs, from me is Tad. Hey Tad, how are you?
Hey, Tyler, I just realized that we're at episode 159,
Yes.
which means we cleared the 3-year mark and didn't even remember to celebrate it all.
No. And I have, starting with this episode, I realized I had forgotten to change it to season 4 when I upload episodes.
Right.
I put
You
that.
can go change that stuff.
Yeah, I can go back and change them. But I'm starting with today's. This one is the one that's I'm actually putting it on time.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, I'm going to go try to work. One of my summer projects is to go through all of our early blog entries.
Yeah.
And all of our BuzzFeed or not BuzzFeed, Buzzsprout stuff,
Yeah.
and clean up the metadata,
Oh, sure.
make it match between the two,
Well,
have a little bit more of it, that sort of thing.
well, that blogspot website is very well done. I had like 3 compliments, and I'm like, oh, don't compliment me. I didn't make it. I'm like, because people were asking me about the podcast in the last few days. One of them,
Oh, cool.
yeah, because one of them was a pastor at my wife's church, where they're like, she's like, so I hear you have a little podcast about comic books, and I'm like, don't listen to it. Like, you are not. Oh, I'm just...
Well, if you want, there's some good adaptations of the Bible. We could do a Bible comic.
That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of fun. I would enjoy it. But anyway, no, I just meant because it's not PC, it's not PG. I mean, not PC, PG.
Well, I mean, frankly, if they can handle some of the stuff in the Bible, they should be able to handle anything in our comic.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm just being honest here.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible is not always PG.
That's true. Anyway,
It is often not PG.
I agree. I have read it.
I have too.
Not in a long time, but
I've read all of it, even a couple of times.
when you read it, do you follow a certain path, or are you reading it in printed order that it's in the Bible, or how do you go about
I mean, I've done Bible studies
Yeah.
where, I read what we were doing in the Bible study,
Yeah.
but I've read it cover to cover a couple of times
Have
too.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've done Bible studies as well, where it's like, okay, today we're going to read through the Gospels, or not today,
Right.
but this chunk we're going to read through the Gospels, and
Right.
this chunk we're going to read through the Peter's letters, and
Psalms.
yeah.
Right. No, I get it. And I think those are fine ways to do it as well. I think it's like an anthology,
Yeah.
really,
That's how I think of it.
where
too.
it's not like it was designed to be put in a specific order. There was editorial decision making to decide the order, as well as which books got included and which books didn't. Because a Catholic Bible has, I think, 8 more books than a Protestant Bible, and that's before you even get into the Apocrypha.
Right? I know. Cool. Well, I
Yeah.
would love to do.
We could go down a whole, but yeah, I actually even have already purchased. I came across somebody. Well, I mean, I've got a number of digital Bible comics already purchased from different places and times, but there's a recent one that looked relatively good that I picked up a gospel, because that's kind of how I always judge how people are doing them. How do they treat the gospels? Because to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, those are the four important books.
Exactly. For the yeah,
Everything else in the Bible needs to be seen through the lens of those four books.
I agree.
And even those four books, you need to understand that they're being written by humans. You know, the whole divine word of God thing. I'm not big on, and yeah,
No, I agree with you.
that's a whole
That's a
different
whole
thing,
nother conversation. But
right?
yeah, I'm in the same boat as that. I think anyway.
Yeah.
Personal beliefs aside, I would love to read a comic version of the Gospels or
Maybe
a
that's what we'll do
book.
for Christmas.
Sure. Yeah, that's perfect.
Either Christmas or Easter, we'll choose a.
Sure. Sure.
But we got to balance it and do like either Second Coming or God is disappointed in you with it. Actually, if it would be an interesting thing to like actually read a gospel, the comic version of it,
Uh-huh.
the and like the chapter from God is disappointed in you that summarizes it.
Okay. And then later for
Just thinking out loud
fun,
here
we could
as we
do
record on Sunday morning. This is all coming up because we actually need to try to record quickly because Tyler's actually going to church with his wife this morning.
yeah. Yeah, she asked me if I would come.
This is the entire reason that this is all on our minds.
Yeah, she asked me if I would come because she's been asked to go on a trip to Guatemala, and they're going to talk about it today in the service and recognize the people who are going. And so I was like, okay, I will definitely
Cool.
come. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Let's get into our news.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to say bad news because it's not over, and hopefully they can do either some refiling or individual filing.
Okay.
A judge dismissed the class action suit against Action Lab this week, but essentially it was dismissed because the individual contracts tended to vary enough that everybody had different claims and it didn't fit a true class action. So in other words, he didn't dismiss the idea that they could individually sue, but the complaint as it was laid out didn't qualify as a class action.
Sure.
You know, as we talked about ages ago, Action Lab has not really been paying anything
Right.
to their creators. The books themselves seem to have gone out of print, but because they're still available through Action Lab on Comixology, etc., they're not considered out of print. So Action Lab retains the rights to various books. The creators can't even use their properties or characters.
Right.
So it's a reminder to everybody: go over your contracts with a fine tooth comb. Totally worth spending $100 on a lawyer or whatever. Or I think there are resources in the comics community. Check out I can't remember. There's Comics Union.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not actually a union because there's no easy way to form a comics union. But yeah, this is just yeah.
Yep.
Comics creators, make certain you understand your contracts.
Right.
Similar on the business side, there's a new marketing app called Bindings. being developed by the guy that also developed an app called Sweet. That's kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of comic stuff. And had been one of the partners in Omnibus, which of course I don't want to say failed, lost the race with Global Comics.
Yeah.
But Bindings is it's trying to create a more one stop, easy to use place for creators to do a lot of the marketing stuff that
Right.
I don't know all the details, though there's a nice interview up at the Beat that I didn't finish reading. So go over to the Beat and check that out. And if comics marketing is something that interests you, it's something that interests me. So I'm certain I'll finish reading it eventually. I just haven't yet.
I will be reading it as well because that's very interesting to me.
And last but not least, at least for the moment, and we know that people like this always have second, third, fourth, 17th acts, but Matt Gates has decided that he's a distraction to the great work that POTUS Select is doing.
Yes.
So he has withdrawn his name from consideration for Attorney General, and just kind of gone away. He also announced that he
Slinking
will
back
not
into
be
the
returning to
shadows.
Congress.
Yep.
He will not be returning to Congress. I mean, you know he's going to wind up doing something for Trump later, but at least for the next couple of months, he appears to be going away because,
What?
well, because as Adam Kinzinger put it, if they had found that he hadn't committed statutory rape, they would have released the report already.
For sure.
Not Matt Gates denies all all accusations,
Yes.
but just throwing it out there.
Yeah, he's icky. Like everyone I've talked to in the last few days about this thing is that he's just gross, right? He's just he's just a puke. But anyway, I'm glad he's dropping out. I'm hoping he's going to fade into the background and we won't have to see him again. But I'm sure you're right. When
I mean, I hope he goes away forever, but
what do you think is God? Why these picks? Why is Donald Trump seemingly picking random, unqualified people to fill his cabinet? I mean, are these people that he knows personally are going to do what he says?
yes.
Okay.
And also, I think the goal is to burn it all down. And lots of these picks aren't just unqualified; they're like anti-qualified.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't pick a worse pick to just to do the job.
I agree.
But like arguably they're great picks to just blow the fuck out of the departments themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if interesting is the word I would use, but it's something.
It's something. All right.
It's
Let's get to
something.
some comic books.
So we have a whole new batch of new to order.
Batch. Yeah.
So Tyler gets to record a bunch of them, and we'll have a brand new drop for this spot.
That'll be in
Let's
right
highlight.
here. All right, guys, here's your new to order this month. New comic series, Bronze Faces by Shobo Schaff, Alexandra Tefegki from Boom. Bug Wars from Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar from Image. Cam Girl is a one-shot from Sarah H. Cho and C.P. Smith from AWA. Creep Show in Love is another one-shot from Mirka and Delpho and Patrick Horvath and Yo Pyong-oh and Puri from Image. From the World of Minor Threats, Welcome Twilight #1 from Patton Oswalt. Yes, that Patton Oswalt. Matt Fraction, Jordan Bloom, Mike Allred from Dark Horse. Godzilla Heist from Van Jensen and Kelsey Ramsey from IDW. Godzilla vs. America, Godzilla vs. Chicago from Tim Seeley, Mike Costa, Ryan Brown, Caroline Cash, Ezra Clayton Daniels from IDW. The Hive from AJ Lieberman, Mike Henderson from Image. Last Flight Out of Wichita from B. Clayton Moore and Mac Chater from Distillery. The Loose End from Dave Dwonk, Travis Himmel from Hardcase. Next one is Mine is a Long, Lonesome Grave from Justin Jordan and Chris Sheehan from Oni. Next up is Money Shot, Big Bang from Tim Seeley and Patton Oswalt and Garth Graham from Vault. Mothra, Queen of the Monsters from Sophie Campbell and Frank Black from IDW. One World Under Doom from Ryan North and R.B. Silva from Marvel. This one I'm looking forward to. Paranoid Gardens from Gerard Way and Sean Simon and Chris Weston from Dark Horse. Next up, Pop Kills from Jimmy Palmiotti, Dave Johnson, Juan Santa Cruz from Mad Cave. Red Hulk from Benjamin Percy and Jeff Shaw from Marvel. Stay Out of the Woods one shot from Joe Pruitt and Butch Weiss from Ninth Circle from Image. Through Red Windows from Ram V and Joelle Jones out on Distillery. Thunderbolts Doomstrike from Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing and Tommaso Bianchi from Marvel. And finally, for new comics, Who Are the Power Pals from Dwayne Murray and Ahmed Rafet from Dark Horse. On to graphic novels, Beat It from Rufus and Noah Van Sciver from Fantagraphics. Blondie Against the Odds from Jimmy Palometti and Amanda Connor and Blondie and John McCrae from Z2. This one's hard to pronounce, but it's Ella Fitzgerald and Ngozi Nwadio Gogbu from Fantoons. Essentials from Luke Arnold, Chris Doc Wyatt, Glenn Fabry, Jason Howard, Vince Locke, Brandon McCarthy, Andrea Moody, M.K. Perker, and Danny from the Lab Press. The Girl Who Flew Away from Lee Dan from Iron Circus. Hey Mary from Andrew Wheeler and Rye Hickman on Oni. Kafka's Manuscript, Jason Novak from Fantagraphics. Silver Lake from John Zura-Playton and Andrea Moody from Image. Surrounded, America's First School for Black Girls, 1832 from Wilfred Lupano and Stefani Furt from NBM. And last for graphic novels, there's two more. There's No Time Like the Present from Paul B. Rainey from Drawn and Quarterly. Now this is the last one for graphic novels, The Three Thieves, Tower of Treasure, Scott Chandler from Paper Cuts. All right, let's move on to collections, and we've got Babs from Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows from Ahoy. Defiant from Rob Edwards, Sean Damian Hill, Alex Oderson from Stranger Comics. Give Me Liberty, a revised history of the American Revolution from Gilbert Shelton, Ted Richards, Gary Halgren, Willie Murphy from Fantagraphics. Goes Like This from Jordan Crane from Fantagraphics. Grew Minstrel Melodies from Sergio Aragones, Mark Evanier from Dark Horse. Holy Roller from Andy Samberg, Rick Remender, Joe Troman, Roland Boschi from Image. Joyride from Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, Marcus 2 from Boom. Kill All Immortals from Zach Kaplan and Fico Ossio from Dark Horse. Life Drawing, a Love and Rockets collection from Jaime Hernandez from Fantagraphics. Minky Woodcock, The Girl Called Cthulhu from Cynthia Von Bueller from Hard Case Crime and Titan. Almost done, you guys. Mugshots from Jordan Thomas, Chris Matthews from Mad Cave. Murderberg from Carol Lay from Fantagraphics. Profane by Peter Milligan and Raul Fernandez from Boom. Rifters Volume 1 from Brian Posehn, Joe Troman, Chris Johnson from Image. Self-Help from Owen King. Yes, that Owen King, that King. Jesse Kellerman and Mariana Ignazi from Image. Summer Shadows, John Harris Dunning, Ricardo Cabral from Dark Horse. Toxic Summer from Derek Charm from Oni. And X Factor Volume 1 from Mark Russell and Bob Quinn from Marvel. Let's get back to the episode.
Yeah, let's highlight some new books. I'm going to start with Bronze Faces is coming from Boom Studio, Shobo and Schaff, along with Alexander Tefenki, Soho, London, Childhood Friends, Timmy Sango, and Gibonka reunite on the eve of the British Museum's historic purchase of the works of Timmy's father, the seminal Nigerian artist Adewale Balogun. Timmy has been invited as a guest of honor, but what the museum is heralding as a triumphant acquisition, the trio see as nothing short of brazen cultural theft. Emboldened by a night of drinking and shared outrage, they concoct a bold scheme to steal back the artwork themselves. But when they come into possession of a document called the Register, outlining dozens of colonial-era stolen artifacts, their sights turn even higher to the Benin bronzes, the British Museum's cache of nearly 1,500 works of art stolen from the Kingdom of Benin. Celebrated authors Shobo and Schaff Coker from New Masters draw from their Nigerian heritage for the heist of a lifetime, joined by acclaimed artist Alexander Tefenki. Prepare for the story that's at once exhilarating, adventure, and simultaneously a breathtaking descent into mythology, history, and the horrors of colonialism. Perfect for celebrating the start of Black History Month.
Nice. That looks cool. Love the cover. This is one that's right up my alley. This is Creepshow in Love. It's a one-shot from writers Mirka Andelfo and Patrick Horvath and Yul Pyong Oh, with artists, again, Mirka Andelfo, Patrick Horvath, and Pure. Romance plus Creepshow. This 3-course special is for all the lonely hearts out there. First, murderous Mirka Andolfo spins a horrifying yarn about the Valentine's Day killer in Madness of Two. Then petrifying Patrick Horvath concocts a love potion for a cursed Casanova. Finally, yelping Yul Pyong Oh and Paranormal Pure invite you to the zoo for the worst first date ever in Penguin Avenger. This is going to be in stores February 12th. I keep saying this, but I love the covers of these. They're just...
You love comic covers.
I do. I hang them on my walls.
Yeah. The Loose End. Number 1 from Hard Case Crime. An homage to classic 90s crime drama movies. Tied up, tortured, and thrown into a world of chaos. Get ready for the wildest ride of your life. With crushing debt, an aimless career, and a thirst for high life punching down on him, failing screenwriter Stephen Hollis is handed a ticket out of his dead-end lifestyle, an offer he can't refuse from the mob. Now all he has to do is kill the biggest exec in Hollywood. In the vein of movies such as Desperado, Swingers, Heat, and Reservoir Dogs, coming February 19th from Dave DeWanch and Travis Heimel at Titan Hard Case Crime.
That looks really cool. Money Shot, Big Bang, number 1, from Tim Seeley and Patton Oswalt and Garth Graham. Patton Oswalt, real-life funny person, joins OG writer Tim Seeley and an all-new Garth Graham for a sexy new arc. You ever see that second Ewoks movie? The one where they suddenly kill off all the characters from the first movie? And you were like, Mommy, why? Oh, God, why? Well, this new Money Shot arc is like that with a lot less body hair, somewhat more sex, and the same amount of people yelling for Mommy. The Triple X Explorers return just in time to witness the rise of an anti-sex death cult. Now it's a race against time, and the relay team includes alien strippers. This will be in stores February 12th. God, that sounds good. I know that sounds perverted, but I'm excited for it.
Nah, they've all been good.
Yeah.
So some, I thought I, oh, I did read my two.
Okay.
Duh. Okay. Some graphic novels. I'm going to start with Ella Fitzgerald. In the vibrant graphic novel, follow the remarkable journey of Ella Fitzgerald, the First Lady of Song, as she rises from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest jazz vocalists of all time. Through stunning artwork and compelling storytelling, readers are immersed in the world of jazz, experiencing the highs and lows of Fitzgerald's life and career, from her early struggles and breakthrough at the Apollo Theater's Amateur Night to her groundbreaking collaborations with musical legends like Duke Ellington. This graphic novel captures the essence of Fitzgerald's musical genius and her enduring legacy. Ella Fitzgerald's story is one of resilience, passion, and the power of music to transcend boundaries, making this graphic novel a captivating celebration of her life and music. From Ngozi Nwadiagabu
That sounds about right. I couldn't pronounce it either.
at Fantunes. Yeah, looks very good to me.
Looks cool.
I love Ella Fitzgerald.
All right. Hey, Mary. From writer Andrew Wheeler and artist Rye Hickman comes a touching story of religion, desire, and what it means to be yourself no matter how lonely or scared you feel. Mark is a good Catholic boy. He goes to church, says his prayers, and spends too much time worrying about hell. When Mark realizes he has a crush on another boy in his school, he struggles to reconcile his feelings with his faith as the weight of centuries of shame and judgment and his fear of his parents' response presses on his shoulders. Mark seeks advice from his priest as well as a local drag performer, but also receives unexpected input from key figures in Catholic history and lore, including Joan of Arc, Michelangelo, Saint Sebastian, and Savonarola. Ultimately, only Mark can answer the question, is it possible for him to be both Catholic and gay? This will be in stores April 16th, and this is out from, can you scroll up a little bit, Ted? Oni Press.
Some collections. Defiant. Born a slave but destined for greatness, Robert Smalls became a captain in the Union Navy by stealing a Confederate ship. Decades later, retired Congressman Robert Smalls sits down with his grandson to tell the story of his life, based on historical events from Stranger Comics, in stores February 26th.
Okay, this one I really like. The Holy Roller.
This has been fun.
Everyone was sitting around wondering when Andy Samberg would join superstar writer Rick Remender and Fall Out Boy's multi-talented Joe Troman to write a comic book about a vigilante hero who smashes people's faces with a bowling ball. And everyone's dreams have come true. To care for his ailing father, pro bowler Levi Cohen is forced to quit his dream job and return to his hometown, in which he soon discovers has been overrun by neo-Nazis. With only his bowling ball collection to defend himself, Levi becomes the Holy Roller, a trick bowling ball wielding superhero battling to liberate his home and bowl a perfect game against crime. Kingpin meets Inglourious Bastards meets Batman with equal parts action and humor. This volume collects Holy Roller 1 through 9 and will be in stores February 26th.
It's been so good.
For sure.
Joyride, the complete collection. This was actually my introduction to Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly long before they were as well known as they are now.
Right?
Steal a spaceship and leave Earth behind, a simple plan made much more complicated by the fascist world government alliance that has put the planet on lockdown underneath an artificial sky. Still, that won't stop Uma Acolyte, her best friend Dawid, and their would-be captor Cat Rin from embarking on a joyride unlike any other. Joyride is a gleeful mix of the thrill of exploration, the importance of friendship, and the fight against authoritarianism, with a cast of wild and gripping characters, human and alien alike, from writers Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly and artist Marcus Toe of the Eisner Award nominated Star Trek and Guardians of the Galaxy comes to the definitive, complete collection of a truly unique and adventurous love letter to science fiction. Collects Joyride number 1 through 12 in stores April 9th. Yeah, this one flew under a lot of people's radar when it came out in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
I actually had a customer at the store recommend it to me, and I jumped in, and man, was it good. Man, was it good.
Okay.
So I'm happy to see it get I think it was available in 3 volumes before.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see it get a 1 volume treatment.
So, mugshots.
This is another one that's been really good.
Yeah, from Mad Cave. Brighton, UK, 2008. The kidnapping of a young woman starts a chain of events that will set con artists, gangsters, killers, and corrupt police on a collision course of violence. Meet John Bannon, self-proclaimed bastard and loving uncle, in this tale of family trauma, betrayal, murder, and revenge that threatens to bring the city's whole underworld down. This is from Jordan Thomas and Chris Matthews. Will be in stores February 5th. Nice. And then my next one, Ted, I'll just wait till next time. I didn't realize we were just doing
Nah, go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
All right. So I also picked X Factor from Mark Russell and Bob Quinn. From the ashes of the Krakoan era, the mutant crack team of X Factor. As a mutant arms race sweeps the globe, international governments are building their own armies of Homo superior soldiers, but only America's X Factor has the most powerful, most patriotic, and most marketable mutant heroes to stem the tide and make the world safe for democracy. Join Angel, Havoc, Frenzy, Feral, Pyro, and more as they go from one death-defying mission to another. Who will die, who will fall in love, and who will be the first to sell out? Like, comment, and subscribe to find out. This is collecting X Factor 1 through 5 and will be in shops April 9th.
And Mark Russell and Bob Quinn have been killing this book.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So we got some final order cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
American Nature Presents number 2 from Greg and Fake and Floating World. You know, we don't normally tell you about final order cutoffs and number 2s.
Right.
But two things. First, this is more of an anthology thing. So each one's a little bit different. And it's both comics and commentary slash comics journalism. It might also have the second time Tyler and I have been published in a comics magazine. So, that's a good reason to go order it.
I'm finishing my portion today.
Yeah. Also, in the anthology vein, EC Oni is starting up their new anthology collection, Cruel Kingdom number 1 from Chris Condon, Al Ewing, Greg Pak, Keno, Leo Max. This is their like fantasy.
Okay. This is their third
anthology.
Third anthology.
Right.
Yeah.
And then from Ahoy Comics, Alyssa Whitney and Morissette bring us Howl. Marry a science fiction writer, become science fiction. That's the law of Greenwich Village in the 1950s, home of poets, artists, musicians, writers, their put upon partners, and the extraterrestrial spores that are secretly taking over. Novelist, comics writer Alyssa Whitney mixes science fiction with family memoir featuring stunning art by Morissette. And it'll be in stores on January 15th.
For this,
Again, final order cutoff on these is Monday, December 2nd.
your next one for crowdfunding, the three worlds, three moons.
I was going to let you go through the crowdfunding ones this time.
Perfect. I originally
Yeah.
thought that was three women, three men is what I thought.
Yeah.
That
Three worlds, three moons.
Yes, three worlds, three moons from Jonathan Hickman, Mike Del Mundo, and Mike Huddleston, and Nick Spencer. This Kickstarter is going till November 27th. We got Fables of Earl King Wood from Juniba, and Goats Flying Press from 11 till 11/29. Impossible to Love: The Return of Impossible Jones from Carl Kessel and David Hahn will be going until, again, 11/29. Surreal Fantasy from Antoine Carrion and Nero Bellum until November 29th. Terry Moore Covers from Abstract Studio, 11/29. Sew Buttons: Life and Death from Jonathan Bayliss will be 12/6. Box Comics Magazine number 3 from Third Bear Press will be 12/9. Eat Fighter, the collected edition from Crystal Skillmid, Fred Van Lente, Fernando Pinto from Rocket Ship will be 12/12. Metal Hurlant from Humanoids will be 12/12. Sherlock Holmes and the Empire Builders, The Gene Genie from Joel Meadows, Andy Bennett, out on Tripwire on 12/13. Little Nemo in Slumberland, Windsor McKay from Studio Comics Press, and that Kickstarter will end on 12/21.
So yeah, bunch of good Kickstarters.
Lots of them.
What did you love this week, Tyler?
Oh, number one for me by far and away was Sync number 12.
That was so good.
I loved it. I am so glad he brought this back, or they brought this back. I'm not sure if it was John or Alex that were.
I think they've got another one coming. They never really went away. It's just a matter they kickstart them all. So
yeah,
they do the campaigns somewhat.
I cannot
regularly.
find number 10 anywhere. Like when that original 10 issue run came out, I got to the store too late and missed number 10, and I have not been able to find it. And you can get it on Amazon for like $18.
Well, the next time they do a Kickstarter,
Yeah.
pay attention because they often have back issues available.
Oh, perfect.
So even if you don't order it
Mm-hmm.
on Kickstarter, I likely will. And
Sure.
the back issues are sometimes available as add-ons.
Sure.
So if you remind me,
Yeah.
I can get it.
Okay. But issue
Added
number
to
11
mine.
and now 12 have really kickstarted a new arc, and it's great. Venom War. This is the only Venom War book I'm reading. It's Jeff from Kelly Thompson.
It's Jeff is so amazing.
Guru
I love
Hero.
his Jeff.
Yeah, it was so funny. Anyway, if you want to see what the Venom symbiote and Jeff combined together is like, read Venom War. It's Jeff number 1, and my favorite new ongoing Minor Arcana number 3 from Jeff Lemire. Out
So
on
good.
Boom. It was really good. Ted, how about you?
My top book was the penultimate issue of Fellhound's Sir. I don't remember what SIR stands for right now, but it's essentially motorcycle jousting and prep school
That sounds awesome.
hijinks. I've loved this book. Loved this book. My new favorite miniseries, Spectrum, number 1, Rick Quinn, Dave Chisholm at Mad Cave. Yeah, weird music, fun stuff.
So,
I like.
Dave Chisholm and I are friends on Facebook, and he's been liking a lot of I've been reposting your Instagram posts onto my personal Facebook, and
Right.
Dave Chisholm's been liking them, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, Dave Chisholm also follows us on
Yeah,
Blue Sky and whatnot, and has been on our show.
Yep.
And will likely be back soon. I emailed with him this week.
Perfect.
So I just got to give him our post Thanksgiving availability, and we'll set something up.
Sure.
So yeah, and then Tom,
Oh, Tom, good at comics.
yes, Tom King, Danielson Perry, and Carrie Randolph, Kari like Atari, knocked it out of the park with Wonder Woman number 15. Continues to just be so good.
Yeah. So good. What else came out this week? I'm looking over your list. Oh, the
Oh my
Batman and
God,
Robin.
so
Batman and Robin
much.
was really good. I just finished that
Yeah.
this morning. Let's see. Epitaphs from the Abyss was so close to making my list. The stories in there were just great. I haven't
It was
gotten
a
to.
good week.
Yeah, there was so much good stuff.
Moon Dogs was great.
Yeah.
Jenny Sparks was great.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Cabinet was great.
Vicarious was good.
Question All Along the Watchtower was great.
Holy crap. Okay, so not to change the subject, but you and I are moving into our One Piece race next here, and
Yep. And we continue to be neck and neck.
how did we pull that off? Last week we were the
I
exact
don't
same.
know.
Yeah, the
We,
304 now
we,
the
we, we
310.
both read six chapters this week. So, we just I actually think that this is an interesting point to because our great responsibility this week is the Naoki Urasawa's just outstanding Asadora
Yeah,
Volume 8
a lot
came
of
out this week.
manga in this episode.
And I think the contrast between the two is fascinating
Oh yeah.
because where um
So the action in One Piece happens so quickly that I don't feel that I'm absorbing it all. Whereas we're gonna get into Asadora in a second. It's much more deep and it's slower paced and it has
it
more
gives you
weight
more
to it.
time to breathe.
Yep.
But I was also going to point out that like One Piece sometimes feels like the chapters are completely arbitrary. Like 5 chapters are really all one scene, and there was no thought whatsoever other than page count to where to end them. It doesn't feel like you've got a weekly cliffhanger all the time. It feels like it's just
It ends where it ends. When
it ends where it ends, and then you pick up with the next chapter.
Yep.
And that's okay. I'm not bashing that at all.
Do you think that was a conscious choice or do you think that's just how he writes?
I don't know, no idea, but I do think that it really really contrasts, and for that matter, as I think about it, Asadora contrasts a lot of other comics too, in that every once in a while their chapters are it'll be a cliffhanger leading into the next chapter, right?
Right.
But just as likely, it wraps up kind of a scene, and then the next chapter is a different scene somewhere else with someone else or at a
Yes.
different time, you know.
Yes.
So it's got much more of that literary novel type thing where chapters are a thing unto themselves rather than a thing to get you to buy the next one.
Yes. I agree. Yep. It's just the way they're
So it's a huge contrast to One Piece, where I think one of the reasons that we've slowed down is One Piece is just like constant climax.
true. There is no lull.
There's like no build up. There's certainly never really any falling action resolution. you'll have falling action for a few pages and jump into the next climax.
That's exactly what. Oh man, I've never
I mean,
really put it into words,
we
but
were
yes.
barely back from Sky Island
Mm-hmm.
when like we were full on into it on the island of long things.
Yep. Yes.
You know?
I, God, I've never really thought about it like that, but yes, that might be
I mean,
why.
it's like, I mean, like think about, and don't get me wrong, I say this lovingly because it's my favorite Star Wars movie, but think about Return of the Jedi.
Uh-huh.
Return of the Jedi has like what, 10 minutes of build up before you're in full on action on Tatooine,
Yeah.
and then a mild breathing spot where you go see Yoda die and see the meeting where they're talking about many Bothans died to get these,
Yep.
or to get this information,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's full on action on Endor until the end.
Yes.
And then when it's the end, you get a party, and that's it.
Yep.
It's not like this, so like it's, I don't know if it's still the longest Star Wars movie, but of the original trilogy, it was the longest of them
Uh-huh.
by almost half an hour. And like the equivalent of either of the other two movies is all just climax.
That's true. That's true. It does feel like that. I mean, and I feel like I said, I read Asadora in one sitting, this volume of it, and with One Piece, I have to do it chapter by chapter. I can't read a volume at one time.
See, earlier on I could,
Uh-huh.
but the deeper we get, the harder it gets.
Yeah. I got to take a break. I read a chapter and then I'm like off doing something else for a little while, and I'll come back and read a chapter and then.
Because I mean, it's still fascinating. I mean, I think one of the things that and I almost want to like test it by randomly jumping forward. More and more, it feels like you could pick up any volume and enjoy it.
True. That's true.
I mean, I wonder if I wonder if you could almost read it in random order and not have it matter.
Not have it matter. That's fun.
Because it's almost like episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the only way it builds on it itself is the new characters that are picked up along the way.
Yeah. I would say they always pick up a new character.
Right.
So that's what keeps it fresh, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's not even. I mean, the Simpsons is plenty. I mean, again, I don't know that I can give much higher praise than to compare something to the Simpsons.
Oh, I was talking. No. I was talking about One Piece introducing a new character
Right.
every arc, kind of thing.
Right. Well, but sometimes when people say keep things fresh, they mean that it's having trouble being stale, and I don't think there's any part of it that's stale. It's just
I meant in the fact that not it's a way to prevent it from getting stale. Is what what I was.
right.
I didn't mean that it was.
But also, I'm really starting to believe that the proper way to read One Piece
Uh-huh.
is a chapter a week.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, we're not going to do it that way because we'd be doing it for the
It would
next.
never end. But
Right. But I feel like the people who have gotten the greatest One Piece experience are the people who started the earliest. And if they were in Japan, literally read a chapter a week, and if they were in the United States, read a collection every 6 months, 8 months.
yeah.
because I don't know how well it lends itself to binging. I mean, I want to continue binging, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some things that like are longer than that. Well, not longer than this, but longer
Yeah.
than what we've done so far in this.
Yeah.
That we've still like jumped into and just plowed through.
I agree. Yeah. And then maybe that wasn't the best plan of action, but it's,
Well, we didn't know.
exactly.
We didn't have any experience with it. And I can still, I think again, I think there's a really good chance that like over Thanksgiving break, I could find myself with a few hours and decide to devote them to One Piece and plow through 20 chapters at once.
Mm-hmm.
I could see over Christmas break, picking up a lot of ground. But when you're trying to, I mean, just like over the summer is where we got like 200 chapters a piece over the summer, and we've done 100 chapters since the school year started.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely indicative of what we've got going on. That's for sure.
Right.
But as far as Asadora goes, this story in this volume I felt was really cool. I really liked the fact there really wasn't any monster in it this time for her to battle. But I loved how everybody was like talking, on the beach waiting to see it. I loved, God, what's that kid's name with the drug addiction now? Who used to want to be in the Olympics?
We got characters up front. So, Show.
Yep. Show is really struggling with his addiction. I mean, he firmly believes that he's battling the kaiju when he takes his illegal drugs.
I loved the her friend becoming the pop star.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool. You feel good for her. You know what I mean? That she's like,
and then like the heist, the heist of the film reels.
Why? So is that like that was like 4 years later, right? We started off in 1964, and by the end we were.
Yeah,
in
I think we've gone through about 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I kind of judged too.
Total.
But yes, so the second plot point was that the Eon had become a famous film star. Well, maybe not famous, but she's on her way up.
I think she's a relatively famous music person who's now trying to buoy her career, or her manager's trying to buoy her career by getting her into film.
Mm-hmm. But she let herself get talked into doing a nude scene, and she wants that movie. They stole the film, which is kind of funny. Because this was back in the day when you could physically steal the film,
Right. The original reels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was cool to see Asa heisting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got this nice cliffhanger taking us all the way back to the beginning, where she discovers that the reason that the radio had trouble with her song was because it's because I love you, not just because I love you.
Right.
And she meets the
writer,
the artist,
in
an alley.
So he turns
out playing his acoustic guitar.
He turns out to be an American from Nashville, Tennessee, who wrote this song that they love.
Right.
Then
that she loves. The other ones barely know what it is.
That's true. Yeah, that she loves.
It's the one that got her through that day all the way back at the beginning. So I'm really, really interested to see where that storyline will go. That's a nice way to end a volume.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the only major cliffhanger. Otherwise it's like each chapter is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first chapter is the news is now on top of the kaiju, and some of the friend stuff too, including the fact that Yone has her audition coming up, and then
The
the
friends discovering that she's using a stage name of Marilyn, not Monroe, but Marilyn what?
Namajin.
Nabajin. Yep.
Yeah.
And
What does Namajin mean? Doesn't it tell us? I feel like it tells us.
and they also have a box that blows the skirt up like Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
A fan box kind of thing that she stands on and does the skirt thing, and that's what gets to her audition.
Right.
Really makes it for
And then that is the one place where it kind of just flows.
her. Mm-hmm.
The next chapter, Youth in 1964, picks up right from the end of her audition. So in a lot of ways, those two chapters are like one big event, but then they flow back into the kaiju sightings.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I forgot that
What?
the the beginning of the Shiso dancer,
Yeah.
the beginning of chapter 55 is actually it's foreshadowing.
When she's got the film,
Yeah.
because when she's got the film, she's
Right. Climbing and
right,
holding onto the wall and
right. Yep. Cool.
so yeah.
It was really good.
It was nice to get the war stories.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice interlude with what was it, Mr. Kasuga,
Mm-hmm.
and we're introduced to his mechanic who's working for lower pay, but it's because he always brought his crews home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was just, I mean, Urasawa's art is always just outstanding.
Yeah. I really.
And I think that's the other thing. I mean, when you compare him to Oda, it's just much cleaner.
Uh-huh.
One Piece sometimes gets really cluttered in its action.
Yes. I think.
Urasawa is much, and it's not that there's necessarily less action, but he's much cleaner.
He's more sparse. You know what I mean? He lets things
Yeah.
breathe.
Despite the fact that he often has more detailed backgrounds.
True.
Um,
Like there's a
but
page,
yeah,
I think it's like page 93 or 92, where the director of the film that the with the topless scene in it,
right,
there's so much going on where he's swinging his arms and
right,
just being crazy.
right.
Man, anyway,
Yep. Looking forward to the next one.
for sure. Hopefully that will be out early next year, or maybe spring of 25. I'm hoping.
So, Tyler, what are you hoping will be spectacular? Or I get to start.
Yeah, what do you hope will be
Spectacular. That's
spectacular?
right. This is really, really weird. All of my picks are Marvel DC books.
Wow.
I know. I know. I feel like a traitor.
Coming over to the dark side.
but Kelly Thompson's Absolute Wonder Woman #2
Yep.
with Hayden Sherman, Spencer Ackerman's Iron Man #2 with Julius Oda, and Chris Condon's Green Arrow #18 with Montos. So, I mean, part of it is like it's three friends writing comics, and another part of it is these three friends write particularly good comics. It's not just that they're friends. It's that they also write really good comics. Um, and then, of course, the book that I know is spectacular. Thank you, Tom, for sending me a look at Black Canary Best of the Best #1. Holy fuck, is it good?
Yeah, it was so fun talking to him about it.
Yeah, so good. And I hope Suntress enjoys the Johnny Suntress character.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like literally hear it in John's voice. I mean, it's like a caricature of how John can
how
get
John
sometimes.
talks, yeah.
But
I can see
but
that.
but you know that Tom was lovingly writing it with John's voice in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that I hope that John enjoys that.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else came out this week? Or will be coming out next week?
All sorts of interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4 from Jason Aaron and Chris Burnham. That's out on IDW. Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween from Jeff Loeb and Mark Chiarello.
Yeah, hopefully we'll talk to Mark
Is that
sometime in December too.
3? I can't remember. I think it's #3.
#3.
I forgot to put the number on there. And then Hello Darkness #5 from Garth Ennis and James Tynion IV, Robert Hack and various others, and artists Becky Cloonan, Werther Dell'Edera, Robert Hack, and various other artists. It's
been fantastic.
It's been really cool. I like it. To me, it's just as cool as the one from EC. I'm trying to think what it's called. But yeah, it's just as neat.
Epitaphs from the Abyss.
Thank you. Yep, that's the one.
I think the biggest difference is that Hello Darkness has, I think, like 2 ongoing stories, whereas EC is strictly self-contained so far. And I like both. I mean, that's like the difference between old EC and heavy metal or 2000 AD. Both of them contain more chapters of ongoing stuff and less self-contained.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I really enjoy about the EC is that they're all self-contained.
I do too. You can just pick up any issue and just enjoy it.
Right.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We will be back. We got an interview this week? I'm sure we do.
Yeah, I know I have at least one more.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Because Britt and I are going to... Britt and I did a rapid fire talk about tons of stuff out of his cabinet of books.
Yep.
And then we picked out 2 that we're reading for Wednesday to talk about. So we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about I Am Starfire, and I forget the other one right now, except that it was Mags Visaggio, and I can't remember the artist right now. It's too early.
Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'll get us out of here. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys after the next page. See ya. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.